Hey guys, it's Kristen with ICStarsQuilting.com. I am happy to be back with another video for you. The last couple weeks have been kind of rough around our house. Let's just say we all got sick and it wasn't pretty. But we're back. The whole family is healthy again. It's good. Hi, if you're new to my channel, welcome. Hi, I'm Kristen. I have a blog, website, and a YouTube channel all on modern quilting where I share tips, tricks, things to make your life easier. Make sure you hit the subscribe button down below. I would love, love, love to have you as a subscriber so that I can share new things with you all the time. So actually, I probably get this email quite often, and it is from somebody who says something along the lines of, I've never quilted before. What do you suggest I do? First of all, that is amazing, okay? When you want to start something new, you don't just go out there completely blindfolded and start something new. You want to ask somebody else who has already done it, who knows where not to like slip and fall, right? Where the slippery spots are, how to do it, and how to avoid a lot of the aches and pains that you would have to learn on your own. So here's my advice to you if you are quilting for the very first time and you want to start this. Number one, know that you're gonna make mistakes and it's totally okay. Most cases, you are gonna be the only one who's going to see those errors, right? You're gonna be the only one who is going to see those errors on your quilt. Everybody else is gonna see just this explosion of color and fabric and piecing, and it's gonna be beautiful. And then yes, it's gonna have errors in it, okay? It's just part of the craft. And if you let those one little errors mess you up, then you're never ever gonna get to the point where you're making these gorgeous show-stopping quilts that are like giving you stars in your eyes, right? You're gonna mess up, it's okay. Number two, so when you were first starting out, let's see, how do you do that? One, pick a pattern. Pick a pattern that interests you. Not picking a pattern because this looks like something that is so easy even a baby could do it, right? Pick a pattern that interests you because your interest is going to be what is going to hold you in that project much longer than I don't know, just some random free pattern that you found. Now, there's a ton of free patterns out there. Don't let that overwhelm you either, okay? There is a ton of free patterns out there. Look for something that interests you. When it comes to picking out fabric, make sure, again, pick something that interests you, okay? A lot of people kind of think the baby quilts are like the gateway into quilting, right? So like maybe you have a new niece coming into the world, or you have your first grandchild, or you want to make something for your own kids. That's how I got started, okay? That's how I got started in quilting. I wanted to make something for my own kids. So that's kind of like my gateway into it, okay? So pick something that interests you or is very, very important to the person that you are gifting the quilt to, okay? Pick something that interests you. I cannot say that enough. Another thing that you will want to look at is finding that pattern and then looking for where it tells what the fabric requirements are, okay? There are some easy ways that you can do this. You can start with pre-cut fabrics, okay? And look for patterns that have pre-cuts in them. Now, don't let all the terminology and stuff overwhelm you either, okay? Pre-cuts are fabric that is already cut. You can find like 5-inch squares, you can find 10-inch squares, you can find 2.5-inch strips. There are tons of pre-cuts that are out there that make it easy to coordinate an entire quilt palette, which is like all the fabrics in your quilt, you know, all the different pieces to it. Pretty easy if you start with those pre-cuts. If you are just looking to like dip your toe in the water and see if this is something that you actually will enjoy, right across the top here, I'm gonna put a link to a video called a Jelly Roll Quilt Race, okay? This is a quilt top that a even somewhat experienced quilter can finish the top in less than an hour. If you are brand new to quilting, I mean, maybe it'll take you like a day or a couple sessions of 1 hour, okay? But that's only because you are learning multiple things at once, right? And it's okay if it takes you a little bit longer, but it is a quilt top that is very easy to finish and yields a very, very pretty quilt without a whole lot of thinking involved, right? Other questions you might run into as a brand new quilter. What happens after I get the quilt done? Okay, so you get the quilt top done, right? You're gonna need batting, and then you're gonna need a backing. That's called a quilt sandwich, all right? And then that's where you actually do the quilting part instead of like the piecing part. The piecing is just getting all of your random cut pieces together to form a nice flat quilt top. Your quilting is what is going to happen when you go from quilt top all the way to your quilt backing. So the two sides of your quilt, if you were to turn it from side to side, that's your quilt backing and your quilt front. In order to learn how to do that, there's tons and tons of videos out there on YouTube. You may find it helpful to sit and watch through all of those YouTube videos, see instructors that you like or instructors that you don't like, you know that there's no right or wrong way to make a quilt. People who do it every which way and it works for them, but you have to find what works for you. Now, you may find an instructor, like moi, right? I actually have a course on modern quilting and it goes through step by step how to make a quilt. Now, that course is not open right now, but I will put the link down below so that when the course is open, you will know exactly when to join, and it'll take you through the whole process of making a quilt from beginning to end. It's an 8-week course. That is how I suggest that brand new people start learning how to quilt, okay? Because I did it the hard way myself. I pieced my education together a YouTube video at a time. I went through all the fabric stores and I would catch somebody who looked like a quilter and ask them how to do specific tasks or who they followed online or, you know, where they suggested that I learn from. It's a little bit harder way to go through that process. But if you can find somebody that you like, find somebody that you enjoy their teaching style and that you would like to be friends with, and take a course from them, okay? It's a lot of hard work that goes into producing a course like that, but it helps you so that you have an exact place to go to and you know exactly every single step along the way of making your first quilt. The last thing that I wanna tell you is when you finish that quilt, it's gonna feel so long and hard and amazing that you actually got it done. You're gonna feel proud of yourself. You're gonna be like amazed, and you're probably also going to be a little bit ashamed of some of the mistakes that you have made. You'll be able to see them, and I promise you, your quilt top will be not without mistakes the very first time around. But when you make a second quilt, it's gonna get better. And when you make your third quilt, it's gonna get even better. And that is how all of these ladies who have made such beautiful quilts, like in the shows and everything, started out. They started out with one project and then they moved to the next and they learned another skill and they learned another skill. And that is how they became so amazing. So you gotta start at the bottom and work your way to the top, okay? You're gonna make mistakes, it's gonna be okay. You have to pick something that interests you, something that inspires you, something that you like can't get over being excited to work on, right? That's really, really important, because when push comes to shove and errors happen, you have to be able to be excited to work on that project. And that is my advice to new quilters who have never quilted before and really, really want to. There is going to feel like there's so much stuff that you don't know how to do, and that's okay. You can learn how to do it. Realize that you're going to get better after every single project that you finish. And always, always, always make sure that you're enjoying what you're doing. Now, you may not enjoy picking out the seams for the third time when you sewn something wrong, okay? That's not the type of enjoyment that I'm talking about. I'm talking about looking at that quilt and going, oh my goodness, I am so proud of myself. I made that. It didn't exist in this world with those stitches and that fabric combination and that pattern all together. This didn't exist in the world until I made it. And that, I think, is what keeps people coming back to quilting again and again and again, because it's such a personal, handmade art piece, and modern quilting just has this twist on it that makes it so new and fun with every single piece that you do. So if you're watching this video because you're a little bit frustrated with where you're at right now, I encourage you to keep going. If you haven't even started yet, please do not stop. Keep going. Keep creating, keep doing things that you love, because the world needs more of your artwork in it. It needs more quilts. It needs more stories told through fabric. So I hope that that was helpful. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them down in the comments down below. I will get back to you and I will answer every single question that comes down below here. If you would like more tutorials, free patterns, all of that, I'm also going to put a link to my website down below, and I'll see if I can stick one up here as well so that you can go check that out. I have so much information on there. It's just years and years of stuff that I have put together for quilters, for modern quilters, beginners, intermediates, experts. It's all on there. I'm always here for you. If you have a question, feel free to contact me. I hope that you have a wonderful day. I hope that you are inspired to go out, do it. I want you to quilt. I want you to enjoy it. I want you to love it and bring more joy and beauty into this world. I will talk to you next time. I'm Kristen with ICStarsQuilting.com. I hope that you have a great day. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.